first, Reg Gutteridge.
Well, you can almost taste the atmosphere here at Alexandra Palace. And a very happy-looking Charlie Magri, isn't he? He's usually a bit tense before the fight. He was at the weigh-in ceremony today. But he's relaxed a lot in the dressing room. It's, in a way, a chance that he didn't think he'd get again. And they've billed this as the all-or-nothing fight. And that's pretty right, too, for little Charlie Magri. One time we nicknamed him Mr. Magic. He's had all his fights in London except 2 for the European Championships abroad, and he's won those. So he really is at home in every sense. Technically not in the East End, but just a left hook from it. Same weight as the champion, 7 stone, 13 3/4. And the black-clad seconds and manager, Terry Lawless, Jimmy Tibbs, Frank Black, working with Charlie Magri. And that's the referee, Marty Denkin, from Los Angeles. And he could be a bit lucky for Magri because he was one of the judges when Magri won the World Championship against Aloncio Mercado. So we're now waiting for the first sight of the Thailander, who in many ways is a mystery to us all. He's not a mystery to the crowd. And they're giving him a few jeers. We don't really need that. I'd like to see them be a bit more welcome, but what can you do? It's a home crowd. And that's obligatory now by the World Boxing Council to carry the belts into the ring. It's not a very expensive belt, by the way, but it earns a lot of money with it. That's what it's all about. Charlie Magri's tasted that belt. He's had it around his waist, of course, and he'd like to get it back. And he's really fighting the record books here. The Nobody's champion has regained the World Championship. So there's one of Chitalada's seconds and supporters, or whatever they call themselves. They're still looking for the little champion as he ducks between the ropes there somewhere. So far, we've lost the champion. I hope he hasn't been kidnapped or changed his mind. There he is. There he is. He didn't even bother to come in there. A lot of the crowd think that the fellow with the belt is the champion, but in fact, he's lost in the aisles somewhere. I hope he hasn't changed his mind yet.
Surely not. No less of it. I actually paid him in advance. I don't think he'll change his mind. Here he comes now.
Yes, he asked for the money up front, and he's getting about £100,000 for this fight, which is why he's made that long trip from Thailand to take his chance. There he is. He's a devout Muslim and says a prayer in the same way that Muhammad Ali did before his fights. And he really does look He's going to jump the top rope. That's a bit unusual. Oops. I wonder if he's insured to do that. Well, we've got a show to go with it. Good-looking little lad, isn't he? He's a Thai boxer, kickboxer. Got the hardest elbows and feet you'll ever know, but he can't use those, hopefully, in the fight. I never did like kickboxing, frankly. I never really got a kick out of it. So there's the ceremonial swords then. And it's a very colourful setting. And when we've had a Thailander here before, Jim, you'll remember this, Charchoy Chinoy defeated Walter McGowan from Scotland here and in
gentlemen,
Bangkok.
please.
Yeah, he did that with a cut over Walter's nose and then one over his eye, but hopefully that wouldn't happen to Charlie. Charlie's not a cutter or a bleeder, thankfully.
So the Alexandra Palace crowd then just now standing for the national anthems. And there's the time. rehearsal and preliminaries over then, and I think the American official, yes, he's showing out to Chitalada's corner that there can only be 3 seconds working there, and there's too many there at the moment, but one includes the flag carrier, Charlie Atkinson from Liverpool, who works with this champion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so over now to Mike Shinfield for the introduction.
Sponsored by Tuborg, Frank Warren presents a flyweight contest of 12 3-minute rounds for the flyweight championship of the world. Presenting and introducing in this corner, ladies and gentlemen, from Thailand, the champion, Sot Chitalada. And from London, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Charlie Magri. At the weigh-in today, ladies and gentlemen, both boxers scaled 7 stones, 13 3/4 pounds. And the officials for this contest, ladies and gentlemen, the referee from the USA is Mr. Martin Denkin. Judges from Mexico, Jose Guerra. From Belgium, Jean Devert. And from the USA, Mr. Dick Ho.
So, in fact, the referee does not score if it goes the full 12 rounds. The 3 judges decide the decision. He merely controls the contest, and he wants all the seconds. There's 1 man in there with both boxers. Chitalada doesn't speak any English, so it's got to be sign language. And he really is a mystery in many ways. We're not sure whether he's had 8 official contests or 21. He claims he's had 21, but the record keepers say that some of those were the kickboxing and do not count. Well, whatever it is, he's had 1 loss, actually, Chitalada, and that was for the light flyweight championship of the world when he fought in Korea. And that apparently was a close fight. So now let's see how little Charlie Magri, whether he's worked himself up. It's all about temperament now with Magri, I'm sure, for this one. And there we go. Well, he is a very tall flyweight, the Thailander. Said to be a good boxer, not the hardest of punchers, but throws them frequently. In fact, Magri at his best can match any flyweight in the world for power. Thailander won the title against a very tough Mexican, Magri. But Magri getting off quickly now. That was the plan he said he was going to do. Try and get in, take the play away from Chitalada a bit. He's said to have a strong jaw, but we'll find out. Don't hold on there, the American says to the champion. Don't pull the head on. So, a lively enough start in the first minute. Scheduled for 12 rounds and at the 8-stone limit. Did he have trouble getting his gum shield in there to the champion, Jim, at the start or something?
It looked to me as though he wasn't wearing a gum shield, or someone spitting water out as the bell rang, but it looks as though now maybe he was holding it, down low in his mouth. It seems now to be having a shield on. I thought he was boxing without a shield.
Good left hook there from Magri. Got him off balance. The crowd know it, and Chitalada knows it. Oh, he can't miss this fellow. He's holding his head up high, and Magri's taking full advantage of this. That's the way to get off, Charlie. Oh, but he stood square and took the right hand counter punch, Jim.
Yeah, well, I like Charlie's attitude anyway. He's going forward, and that's what Charlie's got to do. He's landed good punches already. Just have to be a little bit more careful, maybe.
Minute to go in the opening round. Well, they said he's a good mover, the Thailander. He'll have to be. They're not bothering too much about defence. These punches, they're so tense, these guys. They're just unloading. All that tension now, the unwinding bit, they're letting it all go, all out of the system in the opening round. Really favouring the left hook, Charlie Magri. Well, I was trying to give it the relaxez-vous bit there, Jim. I think it might be conning a bit there, the Thailander.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's doing his best to look happy, but nobody's happy in a boxing ring. But that was a great first round as far as a fight goes, and a good first round for Charlie, I thought. Charlie was pushing all the way through, he got onto his front foot and pushing Chitalada back, landing some good punches. They took a couple back right enough. But I was worried about Charlie's attitude, but I'm pleased now that I see that the first round over, and Charlie certainly, he wants to win and he hopes to win.
So there's the record of it then, Charlie Magri, London East Ender, and those decisions only lost to champions. He's beaten some world champions, including the WBA holder at present, Santos Laciaro of Argentine. It was in a non-title fight, but what a good little fight and what a good win that was for Magri. And the rundown for Chitalada. So round two then. Well, if Chitalada's relying on durability, he could be possibly paying a bit of a penalty there, because you don't hang your chin out with a puncher like Magri in front of you. Well, this is a little bit of the old Charlie Magri. There's no spark missing so far, Jim, is there?
Yeah, so this is the only way Charlie's effective. If he moves forward and throws a lot of stiff punches. I've worked with Charlie in the gym, and it's surprising the power he can put into his punches for an 8-stone man. But that is his asset, and he has to go forward and let his punches go. If he stands off, he'll end up in trouble.
That little short right hand there made his knees buckle a little bit. As though Chitalada kind of welcomes the fight as well, though. I don't think he'll be found wanting at that game. Settled down now a bit, Jimmy.
Yeah, we're probably each hoping for a big win in the first round. When it didn't happen, then they'll settle down, start thinking about the 12-round distance now. But they're still a good pace.
I think there's a few odds players around here who might say, I'll take that if it won't go 12. Either way, because they both look a bit formidable, don't they? It's, the stamina's going to come into it now, and the will to win. Minute to go in the second. Oh, good shot there by Magri with the right hand. He doubled up the punch well there. Well, if he's got steel in his jaw, he's got to show it, Chitalada, because this is Magri at his best. He's really fired himself up for this one. I hand it to him. A chance, isn't there, Jim, that this Thailander was a great fighter at the kickboxing thing, which is, you know, only in Thailand, and he's not all that as a great champion in this game. Who knows? Yeah, well, he may not have the natural rhythm that a boxer has, because he's used to using his feet, and his feet maybe end up in funny positions. But I don't think Magri will hit him harder than he did with that right hand. That was a beautiful shot, and unfortunately it didn't shake Chitalada too much, but it was a lovely punch. So between rounds there, the referee actually collects each judge's score for each round and hands them to the adjudicator. So in this case it's Ray Clark from Britain and Mr. Martinez from Spain, the official. Let's have another look at it, Jim.
Yeah, I hope we can see that little right hand, because it was a beauty. It was bang on the chin. bang, yeah, that was a lovely shot. Bang on the chin, but it didn't shake Chitalada too much. He's back on his bike, he knows where he is, not trouble too much. I think he has a strong chin right enough.
And again here, as you say, we get the shot again there. And he's holding his hands up well, Magri. Bang. Good shot, that. A lot of fighters would have gone down from that. He's a steel-like little fellow, I'll tell you that. Round 3. This World Championship scheduled then for 12 rounds. Being shown around the world, back in Thailand and several other places now. Frank Warren had to gamble to give this fellow about £100,000 to come and defend the championship against Magri. He got a bit of help when it was sponsored by Torberg. Well, I'm just wondering now whether Chitalada has really taken Magri a bit too lightly, having only seen him on a video once. On the other hand, he's still a capable fighter. He's absorbed some good punches, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, he hasn't got ruffled at all. He's never been upset. Oh, good punch from Chitalada, good left hand.
And he's blamed him for pulling on there, the referee. He gave Magri a little bit of help there. He did pull him on too, but I'm glad to see Marty Denkin spotted that. The thing now for Magri. Bob and weave, get inside the long arms of the champion. Can't keep the head static. He's teeing off with the right hand, Chitalada, a lot, isn't he?
Yeah, thankfully Magri's catching them. They're not getting through cleanly. But if any of those get through, I think Charlie will feel them all right.
Started to punch a bit hard in the third, though, isn't he? Now changed a little bit to southpaw to try and confuse Magri. No, back orthodox again. Slipped in that corner there. That's some of the water on the canvas from previous fights. What a good little flyweight battle this is. Can't go 12, Jim, can it?
No, I don't see going 12. They're both letting big punches go all the way through.
Champion wants to get involved a bit more in the fight now. He realises he's got to fight Magri off a bit. He can't let him dive at him all the time. At the end of the third, and a punch after the bell there that Magri, well, on the bell anyway, that Magri wasn't too pleased about. And there's Terry Lawless, who's a lot of experience of working, and of course treats little Charlie like one of the family, as he does most of his boxers, Jim, doesn't he? I know he feels a great deal. But being small, you always do, don't you? I know the feeling.
Yeah, I remember when Charlie just turned pro, all the gags they worked on him, a baby's bottle in the corner and all that type of thing. I think Charlie being so small, everybody fell in love with him.
Let's have a look there when he pulls him on in replay there, you see. Throws there, but he pulled his head down before he got to that stage. That was what happened there. So it was almost like a half wrestling. There it is. You see a half wrestling throw. He threw him into position. Bit of a crafty old number, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of the kickboxing coming back again.
Sock actually means fresh. It's a nickname. Chitalada is a generic name from his training camp name. He's 22, the champion. Magri's 28. Into round 4 then. And it looks like Chitalada's going to try the long pot-shotting punches. Oof. And I tell you, Jim and I can feel them from out of the ring. For little fellas, they're digging a bit hard, aren't they?
And Chitalada get through a couple of good punches there.
He's really let now. This is when, according to trainer Atkinson, he can let them go for a minute at a time once he thinks he's got a man on the hook. He's perpetual motion. Charlie's overcome it well. He was under fire a bit there, but he's standing his ground. Doing a good job, the referee, Jim, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's keeping out of it, and he's warning them when they actually do something wrong. He's not just butting in for the sake of it. But Charlie took some good punches and came firing back, so that's good to see.
All those winging right-hand punches. The wind of that nearly. It looks as though he's cut too, Magri. I don't know where that happened. It must have been when they were bundling in there. The corner were working on that between rounds. It's the first time it's really noticed. And he staggered Magri a bit. Looks as though he's got a bruise and a cut over the left eye.
Charlie's lost his rhythm a bit here, I think.
All those right hands, he's really pulling them from the back from nowhere and throwing them. Magri just complained a bit there to the referee that something was happening. Minute to go then in the fourth. He's fighting a brave battle though, Magri, but he's well under fire, Jim, isn't he?
Yeah, he's coming off worse in this exchange. He's getting knocked back with Chitalada's punches, and his punches aren't having any effect at this stage.
Strangely enough, he very seldom sees with Magri cut, actually. So it just shows you the accuracy of these punches. He's a sharp little hitter, isn't he? No, it's become an uphill battle for Charlie Magri now. Although it doesn't always mean if your face is bloodied you're losing the fight, but in this round he's had a bad time. What a great battle he's putting up though. He's not giving an inch. A little friendly pat there at the end of that round, but that armistice won't last long. And the referee, Marty Denkin, just looked over the second shoulders there to see if the doctor was needed to be called for that. And in fact, Adrian Whiteson of the Boxing Board of Control, they're calling over to the corner at the end of round 4. It looks as though this punch, the cut there, bad, and it's over the fight. What a disappointment there. Terry Lawless has done the compassionate act, obviously, for Charlie Magri. It's in the eyelid itself, I think, Jim, which is difficult for us to spot outside, but obviously Terry has decided, and it's a friendly cuddle there. It could well be Charlie's last fight. He said he might not go on. The referee is saying, OK, son, you must have fought a good fight, and I'm sorry it had to end that way at the end of the fourth. And he's looked both friendly and arrogant at the same time, the winner, isn't he, the champion from Thailand. At first you wondered whether he was as good as he said he was, but then he proved his point, and you couldn't argue with that. He's a great little champion.
At the end of round 4,
whether he's had 8 or 21 fights, he's a good one.
Magri has sustained a cut eye. On the advice of the corner, the referee has stopped the contest. The winner and still flyweight champion of the world, Sot Chitalada.
The thing is, Jim, that it was stopped by the corner before the doctor had even arrived there. Whiteson was on his way, the board's official doctor, but they'd already called it off.
Well, even if it's not a bad cut, it's in a very dangerous place. It's actually in the lid, and as the eye blinks, the cut opens and closes again. It's in a very dangerous place. It's a type of cut that could really worsen and end up severely damaging the eye. So Terry Lawless has been very experienced. I think he's done the right thing. Charlie's given a show. Obviously he's upset at losing, but he knows he's given a show. He was in contention at the time it was stopped. He hasn't let anybody down. I think that was his biggest worry, letting people down. Well, he didn't let anybody down. He put up a great show. Unfortunately, the championship's staying where it is.
Well, my heart goes out to little Charlie. I've followed him right since his junior days with the club Arbour Youth in London, and that isn't without a dropped H. There is no H on Arbour Youth, and that's a lovely sporting touch there, isn't it, by Charlie Magri, who knows what it's like to be champion. And from what he said before the fights, that as long as he puts up a good show, he'll be happy. But I would think, Jim, that we're seeing the last of the little fella.
Yeah, I would think so. He's had a good career. He's been to the top. He can't do any better than that. He's had a second chance at the world title. Come unstuck. I think Charlie has a nice little business, a sports shop in the East End. I think he'll just concentrate on that now and live with the memories.
Just got a glimpse of that injury there, and as you say, it's in the lid. It covers itself up when he got the eye open, but the moment he closes it, obviously Terry Lawless wouldn't let a man go on a box like that. There was no point in it. It was going to worsen, and he'd have probably had to take a beating because of it. Good to see
much for coming over. It's never easy to come and have a chat when you've been beaten. You were very keen to put up a good show there. It would seem to us all you gave your all, not quite enough at the end.
Well, I was very keen to go on. You know, I got back to the corner and Terry said, I'm going to pull you out, Chez. I said, no, please, let me go on. I want to go on. You know what I mean? But obviously, the manager told me that he's got to pull me out. That's the way it goes. I'm sorry that I didn't do my, better than what I should have done. Just wasn't there. And
you always feel sorry, you always apologise to people when things don't go for you,
That's
Charlie,
right, because they pay their money to come and watch me, and I want to put up as best performance as I can, but the way it goes, that's how it goes, you know what I mean?
We all felt you gave your all, Charlie, but what a champion. I mean, you hit him with some great shots, and he didn't seem to feel them, did he?
Very good champion, good boxer. He was very calm, he took the shots well, he was hurt, but he didn't show it, he kept laughing. That is a good champion.
How did you feel you picked up that cut over the eye, Charlie? Was there a few heads going in there together?
No, I think he might have caught me with the head before it, but I think he caught me with a punch over the top. Yeah.
It's an awful thing to ask you just after you've given your best out there, and you've responded like a great champion. No. You did say if you weren't happy that would be it.
Don't ask me just yet. Give me a couple of days to rest on it.
What are your feelings though, Charlie?
I'm very upset.
Okay, all right. Terry, let's ask you about it, because I mean, Charlie has behaved like a champion, behaved with great dignity there. You pulled him out to save him from further punishment. What do you feel now about Charlie?
Well, he gave everything he had, and he was a very good champion, a very good fighter. He was hurt a couple of times there, but he kept that, poker face on him. Charlie did all he could, and that's, you can't do no more than your best.
I know you always put the safety of your own boxers first. It must have been a tough decision, though, to pull him out of a world title fight when he wanted to go on.
Well, the fella was having a very good round there, and, it's a tough business, and he's been there a long time. I don't want to see him getting hurt.
It's a tough business, Charlie. Don't worry, you did fine. Unfortunate. Thanks very much, eh?
Thank you, Jim.
So that's it. I wonder if it is the end for Charlie Magri. I think it is, really, because they didn't want to come out with it openly like that, but there was a sense that, well, that could be it. And certainly I'll stand and applaud him as he leaves the ring, because he's brought us all a lot of great entertainment. But on the other hand, we have seen the appearance here of one of the great little champions, considering he's so inexperienced, and at least Charlie Magri actually can get out there and really take the plaudits of the crowd. There's Jim Rosenthal talking to Charlie Atkinson, who worked in Chitalada's corner.
Well, Charlie, you said before the fight that the champion would retain his title. He did so, but surely you must admire Charlie Magri's performance as well.
Yes, the fight went exactly as I thought it would. Charlie came out really hot, and attacked. But as the fight goes on, so Sot gets better, and that's what happened. The longer the fight went, the more Sot got on top.
A very tough champion, isn't he? Because Charlie hit him with some terrific shots.
He's got a good chin. Good chin.
Sol, I know you don't speak too much of the English, but I'll probably take a bit of a risk here. You happy tonight?
Okay. Happy. Very happy. Very happy.
Good. I won't risk too much else, but I think you proved to the crowd here you're a very good champion. Well done.
Thank you.
Say thank you. That'll be all right. Okay, terrific. Well, that's the word from the champion then, Reg.
Well, that's it, and almost in a Scouse accent, because he did live and train in Liverpool for a month, but he hasn't quite got it yet. But we were looking at a really great champion, and as you saw, totally unmarked as he leaves the ring. The heart goes out to Charlie Magri, but the credit goes to Chitalada. Back to Brian.